everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
And today we have a wonderful article called Jump Headfirst into Dumpster Diving.
OK, 今天我们要讲的主题呢叫 dumpster diving。那在这个地方特别注意一下 ，dumpster 就是那种很大型的，你可能在校园里面要去丢垃圾的时候，有看到那种大型垃圾桶，对不对？那个叫做 dumpster。那我们今天要讲的主题，他说 jump headfirst.Into dumpster diving 就像是头先下去那种 dive 本来就是要跳水的感觉嘛，你可以想象一下，其实我看到这个主题的时候，我想到说很多时候在那个电视上面有看到他们要去霸凌别人，把人家丢到垃圾桶里头，但这边不是我们讲的主题哦，不可以霸凌别人，我们要讲的主题是跳到这个垃圾桶里面去看看有没有什么好东西在寻宝，所以我们中文的话叫做垃圾挖宝大惊奇。
Now, interestingly, I have a lot of personal history with dumpster diving. It's true, we have a really interesting green living article, so don't go anywhere. All right, let's jump right into paragraph 1, and don't forget your pencils, your highlighters, and your erasers. Our first sentence says, you might find digging through a dumpster to be gross.
OK, 接下来我们来看第一句话咯，他说 You might find digging through a dumpster to be gross. Gross 这个字的意思就是指非常非常恶心的，好恶心，里面都是垃圾诶。好，在这里这个 digging through 就是在里面挖翻找东西啊，好，这种东西这个都叫做 digging through。我们还会看到许多在里面翻找的里面的一些动词。我们先碰到的第一个就是 dig through， 所以第一句话就说，也许你听到说哈，在垃圾桶里面翻东西，好恶心。
Well, interestingly, gross is a really good word. We always say like disgusting in Taiwan. That's the word I always hear. But when you live in the United States, you will probably hear the word gross even more. Oh, this is so gross.
好恶烂哦，好恶心啦。虽然我们在台湾常常讲 disgusting， 但这个字你们注意到它音节比较长，所以说在口语上头，外国人他多半会讲到 gross 的机会更多一点。
When I was growing up, I always said the word gross, but I say the word disgusting more now just because Taiwanese understand it more, and they like to speak English with me, so I like to use words they understand. Let's look at our next sentence. However, it's not about getting dirty, but about living clean and green.
好，接下来我们看第二句话咯。好，第二句话就说 However， 这边还有一个转折，对不对？ It's not about getting dirty,but about living clean and green. 好，所以这边的话，把你的注意力从觉得好恶心哦，一路转换到 It's not about A but about B， 对不对？在这里的话，他说不是要去把身体弄得脏脏的 getting dirty。But about living clean and green， 就是过一个环保比较走环保风的这种生活，然后去回收东西这种感觉。
Our next sentence says, although it looks odd from the outside, dumpster diving is an environmental trend getting more popular by the day.
好，接下来最后一句他就说了 Although it looks odd from the outside， 好，虽然说外表上看起来很怪怪的，我如果一个人跳进这个垃圾桶里面翻找东西，觉得哇，这个人是不是脑筋有问题，对不对？一定会这样想的嘛。可是呢，他说 Dumpster diving is an environmental trend。Environmental trend 就是符合环保这个风潮、这个趋势的做法 ，getting more popular by the day， 现在越来越流行做这样的事情了。
Don't forget, when we have a sensory verb, those are the verbs about your body. Look, sound, feel, 还有什么 taste, sound, 怎么样。After those verbs, we don't want an adverb, we want an adjective. So we have looks odd.Odd 就是 strange 的意思 Odd is an adjective. We don't want to say looks oddly. 这样是不对的 After those sensory verbs, use adjectives, not adverbs.
没有错，在这里的话，感官动词 look 这个地方哈 as although it looks odd， 感官动词后面如果要接的话，要接形容词，而不是这个副词。在这里的话，特别注意一下这个小地方哦。
I always tell students something tastes good, 不是 tastes well, right? We always want the adjective there. 而且 although 不可以加 but, or I always see students say although 怎么样 but 怎么样 And that's really good Chinese, but it's really bad English. You can say although, or you can say but, 但是两个不可以一起用。Yeah?
对，没错。
Okay. Okay, thanks. Next sentence says, first of all, what is dumpster diving? I like this sentence because it's like, 这是什么东西了, right? What is dumpster diving?
OK， 所以接下来第二段的第一句话呢，他就告诉你了。First of all， 来，首先我们先弄清楚一下 dumpster diving， 既然是我们的主题嘛，我们就先给它一个定义好了。What is dumpster diving？ 到底什么叫做 dumpster diving 呢
？It's simply the act of combing through the trash for usable items people have thrown away.
OK， 所以接下来第二句话呢，他就讲说 It's simply the act of doing something， 他只是就是做后面这件事情。老师刚才提到这个字的时候，老师的手在这样动，对不对？好像用梳子在梳理东西一样。Combing through the trash， 这边 combing through 就是 comb 就是本身就是梳子的意思，就慢慢梳理看看，哎呦有没有什么好东西在里头啊？把这些垃圾剥开之后，发现哦这边有宝物，这个叫 combing through the trash for you're looking for something, right? 所以这个地方 for 很好 ，usable items people have thrown away， 就是人家丢掉，可是还是可以用，而且很好的宝贝，我们把它梳理出来。
There is so much we can talk about in this sentence. Number one, 这个 simply the act of 你可以不用说 we can just say it's combing through trash 怎么样 We can say that. But this simply the act of makes it feel very easy. Archie, when we say the act of, it's very clear this is some kind of action, it's some kind of verb. And combing through, be careful because comb, it was like a shoots it, right? But we can't say brush through something. We can't brush through. We can brush by something, and that means 你很随便做. Comb through, 你很彻底做事情. So these are almost the opposite. So why do we comb through something? Well, think about if you have a cat or a dog and you want to see, do they have fleas? F-L-E-A-S. 就条条的话, and you need to look. Also, at least in the United States, I remember in 3rd grade, they checked every single student for lice. L-I-C-E. And that's right, lice are, like human fleas, right? And they would comb through and look. And they use the same brush on every kid. So, 如果一个小孩, 我3年级的时候, I knew this was terrible idea. It's like, if you have lice and you comb it through I got lice. That's...
好怪哦，好恶心哦 That's gross, right?
That is super gross. It's super disgusting.
好天哪！所以在这个地方，你看它的 comb through 的话，就是小心翼翼的去翻找，对，很像是像老师刚刚提到说，帮这个自己的猫猫狗狗的毛小孩去找看身上有没有虱子。好，这个 fleas F-L-E-A， 然后 S 是复数，然后或者是我们讲的 lice 是 L-I-C-E， 指的是头虱的意思，都可以去翻找它，就很认真的去仔细寻找。
Do they do that in Taiwan?
No, not really.
They don't. Oh, they did that in third grade. I knew this was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was gross. All right. Also, lastly, we have usable. And 这个 use 好简单 U-S-E, right? But here it's an adjective, so we have 我们要去 E 再加 A-B-L-E. Our next sentence is, many look down on it because they associate garbage with dirt and disease.
好，接下来他下一句就说了，很多人怎么样呢 ？Many look down on something. Look down on something. 想想看啊，你就是那个视线往下看，好像一副看不起人家的感觉，说，哎呦天哪，找垃圾，哎，老师的表情很棒，刚刚的表情超赞的，没有错，就是那种看不起的表情，对不对？好 ，look down on it, or sometimes you hear people say look down upon something 都可以哦 ，because they associate garbage with dirt and disease， 因为大家一想到说哇要去翻找垃圾，哈就会把 A associate 好 A associate A with B， 把 A 跟 B 联想在一起，把翻找垃圾呢想到 dirt 好很脏很恶心 and disease 还有疾病等等，这他把它这两个东西串在一起了。
Pick up your highlighter. In this sentence, we have the word garbage. In the last sentence, we have the word trash. Please highlight both. 他们两个都是不可数 We have garbage, trash, 而且 we also have junk, J-U-N-K. Write this down. 他们三个都是不可数 and 他们都是垃圾的意思 So why do we have so many words for 垃圾? Well, it's actually really, really easy. Number one, garbage smells bad. Garbage is like things in your kitchen or the bathroom. 那个湿湿的东西。Trash looks bad. Think about a broken table or a broken chair. 没有很臭的味道, but it looks bad. And number 3, junk is old technology.
所以在这里的话，我们来收集一下不同的垃圾形态哦。Garbage 是那种湿湿的，你会在浴室啦、厨房啊要丢的东西，所以 garbage 真的很恶心，对不对？Smells bad 就是闻起来很糟。如果说今天你讲到的是 trash looks bad， 意思就是看起来是坏掉的，看起来不怎么样，很多是有点像是坏掉的东西，坏掉的桌椅啦，坏掉的家具啊等等。那 junk 的话是 old technology， 就比方说像以前我们会用那种 recorder， 或者 tape recorder、cassette，old computer 那种叫做 junk。Yeah,
but be careful. 垃圾食物 is junk food, not garbage food. Our final sentence in paragraph 2 says, however, they might change their minds when they find out just out how much gets thrown away for no good reason.
好，所以在这边的话，你来看一下However， 好，这句话就说了，又有一个转折了，对不对 ？They might change their minds。那些那种看不起从垃圾中翻找东西的人呢，说不定会改变心意哦。为什么 ？When they find out just how much gets thrown away for no good reason， 也许事情不是他们想的那个样子，因为很多明明很好的东西，就这样莫名其妙的 for no good reason 被丢掉了。所以说，事实上你有机会去找到宝的，而不是都是垃圾，都是 garbage， 不见得是这样的哦。
Now, in this sentence, we say how much gets thrown away, not how many, because garbage is an uncountable noun. I would circle that. Write the word garbage, UCN. It's uncountable.
没错，所以这句话特别注意一下这个 garbage， 好，这个地方的话或者是 trash， 它们都是 uncountable， 所以会说 how much gets thrown away。这个地方 how much 的话，一定要把它圈起来哦。
All right, let's get ready for paragraph 3. All right, let's dive right into paragraph 3 here. Our first sentence begins, in the U.S. alone. For example, well over 50 billion kilograms of edible food gets thrown out every year.
OK， 在第3段这个地方呢，老师最开始讲说 Let's dive in here， 好 ，Let's dive in paragraph 3， 就是好，来我们跳进去吧，好，仿佛这里面就是一个 dumpster 一样，哈，来看一下，他说第3段呢，他也提到说一些实际的数据，你会吓到，对不对 ？In the U.S. alone， 光是在美国，for example，well over 50 billion， 老师刚刚故意 billion 让你知道说多大 ，billion 是10亿，所以50 billion 就是500亿公斤的这种edible food gets thrown out every year， 每年要被丢掉500亿公斤的这样子这么多的食物，很恐怖吧？好，听起来吓死了。
Yeah, I have a family member that works at a supermarket, and he tells me that in the back of the supermarket, maybe 50% of the food they get, they just throw out because if it's a little bit ugly, like it's a kind of an ugly banana, or the apple is kind of a little bit bruised, they're going to throw it out because no one will buy it. So right away, 50% right in the trash, all that stuff. It's crazy to think. Yeah. Now, this word edible means eat, but please don't say eatable. E-A-T-A-B-L-E 没有 E-E. So 我们要那个 A-T 要改变一个 D, 然后那个 A 变成 I. It's a little tricky. Eatable 应该要说 edible.
Edible 就是可以食用的，可以吃的。OK， 所以这里的话很重要的是 edible food 就是可以食用的食物，就这样子被丢掉了，而且数量呢有500亿公斤这么的多。
Dumpster divers may save some of that for themselves or donate it to food banks.
好，接下来这句话就讲了 ，dumpster divers 就是这些会在里面翻找的人呢 ，may save some of that for themselves。好，他们会为自己说，哦，这些还可以吃嘛，就把它帮自己收集起来 ，or donate it to food banks， 还可以把它捐给食物银行，好，交给他们。
These were really important in 2020 because the coronavirus, Wuhan 肺炎, was so bad in many places, especially the United States. People didn't have money for food. So without food banks, a lot of people didn't have a lot to eat.
哇，所以说在疫情这种肆虐的情况之下呢，很多人可能没有办法工作啦，然后呢，到还没有东西可以吃的时候，那这时候真的就是要靠食物银行，让他们度过这个比较艰难的日子。
Another 12 million metric tons of clothing per year gets tossed in America as well.
好，接下来下一句话就讲了 another 12 million， 这个地方 million 好，在这里指的就是百万，所以12个百万就是1200万的意思。好，你在听这些数字的时候，老师之所以要去强调 billion million， 那是因为你在听的时候就是要靠那个子音去知道说这个数量大概有多庞大，这样的话才能抓到它的重点咯。他说12 million metric tons 就是公吨的意思。Of clothing per year gets tossed in America as well. 所以刚刚讲完食物，现在讲衣服。衣服的话，差不多有1200万公吨的这样的衣服被这样丢掉，每年光在美国而已。
That's right. Now, clothing is an uncountable noun, and it's related to the word close. Close, like close the door, the 衣服的那个发音。Clothes is always plural, but clothing is uncountable. 他们两个哪里不一样? Clothes is like the thing we're wearing right now, what you have. Clothing is like the industry and the companies.
啊，所以在用到 clothing 这个字的时候，它通常指的是呢 industry 这种成衣业啦，或是 company， 好，它是专门负责卖衣服的一个公司啦等等。那如果你提到说我们每天身上穿的这个衣服的话 ，we say clothes。Next
sentence says that usually gets burned or buried as fast fashion items are difficult to recycle.
好，接下来这边他讲说 that usually gets burned or buried， 这个地方的 B-U-R-I-E-D 那个 U 的地方特别小心，它的念法不是念 bur， 它是念 ba。
I think I just said buried. Buried.
Buried, yeah, buried as fast fashion items are difficult to recycle. 好，因为今天提到的 fast fashion 指的是快时尚，好，快速的这种时尚风潮。那它这种快时尚的这些物品啦，或这些配件啦等等，其实蛮不容易去做回收的。快时尚事实上在107年的指考刚好也是翻译的考题，所以有机会的话一定要记得这个字跟它相关的字汇哦。
Dumpster divers stop some of that from polluting our environment.
好，接下一句他说 Dumpster divers stop some of that from polluting our environment. Stop something from V-I-N-G, stop that from happening, stop that from polluting our environment, 就是让这些东西不要有机会污染到我们的环境。
With so much waste, there is plenty for dumpster divers across the country to dig through.
OK， 他说 With so much waste， 有这么多被浪费的东西呢 There's plenty for dumpster divers across the country to dig through。 有很多的宝呢，也可以让这些人专门在这个垃圾堆里头去找的。好，这么多宝可以挖。
Some dumpster divers do it to earn a few extra dollars. Some do it out of necessity. And believe it or not, others do it just for fun.
好，现在告诉你就有不同形态的 dumpster， 好像怀有不一样的想法的哈。在这边他就说呢 ，Some dumpster divers do it to earn a few extra money or extra dollars。好，只是有些人呢做这件事情，只是想说，哎，赚点零花钱吧。Some do it out of necessity. When you do something out of necessity, that means you need it。好，你需要，因为需要，所以才去做这件事情。And believe it or not， 好，信不信由你咯。Others do it just for fun. 好，就是为了好玩而做这件事情。
Let's get ready for vocab review. Let's jump right in with vocab review. Today, our first word is dumpster.
Dumpster 就是那种大型的这种垃圾桶。
Number 2, we have to comb through something.To
comb through something 就是仔细的在某个东西里面去翻找，找到你需要的东西。
Number 3, we have to look down on somebody.
Look down on somebody 就是看不起某人。
Our next phrase is to change somebody's mind.
To change somebody's mind 指的就是改变某人的想法或改变他的心意。
A food bank is our next phrase, and that's an easy one.
Food bank 就是食物银行咯。
And lastly, today we have to do something out of necessity.
To do something out of necessity 这意思就是指说你因为出于需要而去做这件事情 out of 比方说 I asked that question out of curiosity 就是出于好奇心来问这个问题
All right, well, that is all the time we have for today. But we will be back with day 2 of our dumpster diving green living story. And I have some personal stories to share about digging through the garbage. So don't miss it. For Enjoy English School, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
第26页，绿色生活，垃圾挖宝大惊奇。
Jump headfirst into dumpster diving. You might find digging through a dumpster to be gross. However, it's not about getting dirty, but about living clean and green. Although it looks odd from the outside, dumpster diving is an environmental trend getting more popular by the day. First of all, what is dumpster diving? It's simply the act of combing through the trash for usable items people have thrown away. Many look down on it because they associate garbage with dirt and disease. However, they might change their minds when they find out just how much gets thrown away for no good reason. In the U.S. alone, for example, well over 50 billion kilograms of edible food gets thrown out every year. Dumpster divers may save some of that for themselves or donate it to food banks. Another 12 million metric tons of clothing per year gets tossed in America as well. That usually gets burned or buried as fast fashion items are difficult to recycle. Dumpster divers stop some of that from polluting our environment. With so much waste, there is plenty for dumpster divers across the country to dig through. Some dumpster divers do it to earn a few extra dollars. Some do it out of necessity. And believe it or not, others do it just for fun.